Right, Argentina last weekend, how'd it go? Well, we know how it went, but how do you think it went?
Terrible, really terrible. I think there's loads of things that, you know, from my own sort of development I can say that I would learn from and move on, but you know, I struggled in a lot of areas, and I think that, you know, I certainly learned a lot more from that race than I did from Manchester. I mean, there wasn't really anything to learn from Manchester. You know, I went into that race in my mind there wasn't any other option than winning, essentially. You know, that's somewhere that I train every day, and you know, you've sort of got people coming to, you know, your house, I guess, and you know, there was friends, family, everybody there to watch, and you know, I was excited to race because I know what I'm capable of producing there, and you know, in my mind it was just about producing, you know, my best, and I thought that if I did that, then I'd be difficult to beat, and you know, I was obviously grateful to win, but I'm certainly over Argentina and looking to you know, rectify a poor performance in Papelão.
One thing people notice about Argentina is how renowned it is for the super fans over there. What do you think that is?
I don't think it's just Argentina. I think it's South America as a whole. I mean, you know, it was like being a rock star for, you know, a couple of days. It was mad. You couldn't. I mean, even after a shoddy performance coming back from the hospital, you know, as soon as I walk into the track, and you've still got, you know, the kids and I guess the fans, you know, wanting pictures and autographs and whatnot, and you know, it's pretty cool. It's quite humbling as well, because you know, there's nowhere else in the world that you get that sort of reception. So if there was another race there, I would love to go back, but I certainly don't want to do that travel again. Travel was horrible.
Big jet lag?
Not so much a jet lag, but just the actual travel time. I mean, you know, it's just, I'm opening a right can of worms if I go into too much detail here, but ultimately, you know, it was yeah, it was crap. You know, terrible to travel that far. Yeah, and I guess it makes it even worse when you travel that far and you don't race well.
So we're moving on. You're here at Birmingham now. Is it sneaky practice ahead of next weekend, or is it for the Brits?
I didn't even know the Brits were here.
Wow.
No, I mean, I guess I don't know whether I'm going to race yet next week. I need the all clear from the doctor after a bang on the head. But I mean, it's a great track, isn't it? It's one of the best tracks in the country, and you know, I think one of the things I learnt from Argentina was the fact that I need to be more versatile bike rider, and therefore, you know, I need to be able to apply the same skills that I use at Manchester on other tracks. And you know, if this is one of the best tracks in the country, then it's good for me to come here and you know, try and harness those skills.
For sure. Got a little question for him, little man?
Why is your number 65?
Why is my number 65? Because by the time I turned elite, there wasn't many numbers knocking around, and I would have probably chosen number 17 for no particular reason, but Luke Medill got that. So I wanted to pick a number that had some meaning, and both my parents were born in 65, so I thought, yeah, that'll do. And I think it looks nice, you know, like the 6 and 5 together. So that's what I went with.
Question: have you ever been asked that?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, but not by somebody your age. Or in that accent.
Right, LP.
Am I looking at you or the camera?
Right, LP. Last weekend went over to the crazy fan area that is known as Argentina.
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 Is that the best hot seat you've
It'll
seen?
be
It is
translated.
unbelievable.